This is the second in a series of tutorial videos explaining how to use a Paraplanning Online Suitability Report writing solution. It is assumed that you've already watched the preceding videos in this series, and we strongly recommend that you watch all of the videos in the series before attempting to write a report. Having logged in, you can access the report writer via My Reports. Before we create a new report, there are a couple of features associated with this page I'd like to draw your attention to. First is the credit status of your account. There is no limit to the number of reports you can create and download. However, we do restrict how many reports you can save on our server. Each report equates to 1 credit. Each license holder has an initial allocation of 10 credits, and you must have at least 1 credit available to create a new report. If you use up all of your credits, you will not be able to create another report until you delete a previously created report from your existing reports, which in turn will free up a credit. As you can now see, there is 1 credit now available. Your existing reports is a library of past reports that have been saved on our servers. As the instructions suggest, to edit an existing report, click Edit. To delete a report and free up a credit, click Delete. To create a new report, enter the report's title in the Report Name field, click the Add button, and you will then be taken to the second page of the report writer. You will now be presented with a page split into 4 headings: New Section, Existing Section, Download Report, and Report Template Editor. Downloading reports to Word and the Report Template Editor are beyond the scope of this tutorial and will be dealt with in video tutorials 6 and 7. The sections available for inclusion within a report can be found in the drop-down menu under New Section. They are presented in the order we suggest they are included in a report, i.e. introduction followed by any reviews and finally any recommendations. It is imperative that you always take a logical step-by-step approach to building a report. We recommend that you build the report by adding and completing each section in turn, starting with the introduction, which is a compulsory requirement of every report. To add a section to the report, highlight the required section from the drop-down menu and click Add. This will add the selected section to the existing sections. As you can see, there are a number of actions associated with each section. Each section employs a question and answer session, or wizard. This not only makes the report writer quick and easy to use, but it also means that you're guided through the advice process, ensuring that all areas of compliance associated with the advice being given are addressed within the report. To enter the wizard, simply click on the corresponding Edit button, and you will be presented with the first question associated with that section. We recommend that you answer all of the questions within the section to ensure you are compliant. However, this is not compulsory. As you can see, there are a number of actions associated with each question. Back to Report. This will take you back to the report writer page. Back to Start. This will take you back to the first question of that section. Previous. This will take you back to the previous question of that section. And Next. This will take you to the next question of that section and save any content up to that point. The first page asks for the client's name and the date of the report, which I'm going to enter now. By clicking Next, you are then prompted to enter some details regarding the client. I'm going to skip this just to save some time. We'd also recommend that you input some free-flow text in the text box provided regarding the client's circumstances and requirements. This will help set the scene and personalize the report. The next page prompts you to enter some key dates, for example the date the client was signed. By clicking Next, you are prompted as to whether the advice being provided is on the basis of full or limited/focused advice. By selecting the appropriate option, the report writer will automatically insert the relevant compliance paragraph into the report. You will then need to select which of the statements, if any, most accurately reflect the financial objective or objectives of your client. In this example, I'm going to be recommending the review of the client's existing investments and the investment of a lump sum to provide an income. You will also need to choose the attitude to risk applicable to each objective from the drop-down menu provided. So I check these 2 objectives and select the appropriate attitude to risk from the drop-down menus for each. You should note that the attitude to risk headings are reflected of those chosen during the setup of your report template in My Info, as demonstrated in the previous video tutorial. Finally, you can add additional options to this list by clicking Add Additional Option. This is a feature common to a number of questions throughout the wizard and provides you with the facility to further personalize your report to your individual preferences and style of advising. On clicking Add Additional Option, a text box will open in which you can type your personalized option, like so. You can then click Save this report, which means the option will only be included within the specific report, or click Save Permanent, which means it will not only be included in this report, but it will also be saved as an option for possible inclusion in future reports. Any additional reports can be removed at any time by simply clicking Delete. Moving on, we are presented with a question asking whether you wish to include a statement regarding how you are going to be remunerated for your advice. If you select Yes, you will then be asked whether you're going to be remunerated via a fee or commission, and depending upon the option you choose, a statement to this effect will be included within the report. For the sake of this example, I have chosen fee, and as you can see, I can now enter the agreed fee in the box provided, like so. The standard wording for each option is quite generic, but it could be easily tailored to reflect your individual preferences via the Report Template Editor function, a further explanation of which can be found in video tutorial number 6. The final question in the introduction section deals with the area of other aspects of the client's financial affairs that have not been addressed but are deemed important. To ensure your compliance, I would recommend that you select all aspects of financial planning that may be relevant to your client and include at least one reason why this aspect of financial planning has not been addressed. As an example, if your client was a 20-year-old, then inheritance tax planning, wills and long-term care are unlikely to be of a concern, but you could probably include retirement planning. As you can see, a number of default reasons are included under each area of financial planning. And again, please note the inclusion of the Add Additional Option facility, which will enable you to include any individual options of your own. By clicking Next and subsequently Finish, the section will be completed and saved, and you'll be redirected back to the Report Writer page, where you will notice a tick has appeared in the Complete column adjacent to the Introduction section. Should you at any point wish to edit an answer you have provided to one of the questions in the section, click Edit and navigate to the appropriate question. You should always follow the sequence of questions to the end of that section and click Finish to save any changes. That concludes the tutorial video on how to include an introduction section within your report. Please proceed to the next tutorial video where I'll explain how to include a review section.